Hello everyone, Don here with an update we'll call our winter update. Seeing how winter hit us this past week, we got 4 or 5 inches of snow and it's been pretty much below 35 degrees for the last straight week. Today it managed to get about 40. So as you can see, I did some cleaning in the garage, ended up rearranging everything, started over here in this corner, pulled all the junk out of the corner. Got a bucket there full of scrap metal pieces and parts, but I rearranged the toolbox. You can see I drug over the Aqua Blast cabinet, sandblast cabinet, and you'll notice a new addition to my garage here. I just picked this up this past week. It's a 36-inch by 48-inch granite surface plate. Found this on eBay after I went and bought this one down here. I found one on eBay, or Craigslist. It's a 24 by 24 inch surface plate with stand. Got this off Craigslist out of Ohio for 50 bucks. Found this one on eBay in Ohio. Starting bid was $100 with the stand, and nobody else bid on the auction, so I ended up winning it. About an hour's drive. I went over Tuesday and picked it up in the middle of a damn near blizzard snowstorm. It was a squall line coming off of Lake Erie for about a 10-mile stretch on Interstate 90, and it was just nasty. Once I got out of the squall zone, the sun came out and the roads were bone dry. So anyway, an hour drive turned into an hour and 45 minutes each way. Now the reason I bought these granite plates was, you can also see here I got an old Sioux valve grinding machine. I dug that out for another project my brother and I was working on this past 2 weeks. But the idea was this one here. When I found it, I was looking for them. You know, these things are probably $1,000 or more. The idea was to take my lathe bed, because I want to check the ways. I can strip that back down, just pull the motor, the head and everything off it, take the bed, the physical bed now, and I can actually put it right on this thing. This is 48 inches long, that bed's only 43 inches, and as long as this thing is straight and true still, the camera's probably a little cold so it's not focusing well, might be fog on the lens. But the idea is to put that lathe bed right on here and use a height gauge with a dial indicator, and that can read down to about tenths of a thousandths, and I can check the ways on it and see how true they are after I do some testing on this granite plate. And then, I haven't done anything with the Corsair other than move a lot of stuff around, make room. As I mentioned, my brother came over 2 weeks ago with an engine out of a Ford Equinox, or a Chevy Equinox. Checking this camera lens, I think the cold's affecting it. I just turned the torpedo heater off. But we've been working on this little 4-cylinder Chevy Equinox engine. He bought a car with a blown motor, so he pulled that out, got a salvage motor and brought that over, and he had the head off it and everything and all the chain sets, so we pulled the chains, all the guides, and replaced all that with new. Cleaned the head up, pulled all the valves out of the head, 16 valves, clean. That's why the valve machine, I pulled it out where thought I might have to touch up the valves and seats, but they turned out to be clean. They were just really carboned up bad. So we cleaned everything up, put it back together, all new valve seals and everything. Got the engine done today and got it out of here. And as you can see, I tore that little makeshift workbench apart, took all the scrap wood outside and just started a fire. Eventually, I'm just going to take this gyrocopter and strip it right down. I'll tear it completely apart. Now we'll get that thing out of here. For now, it's just a club machine. Mine will be staying in here. But I'm not going to get much done this winter with the Corsair. I'll probably work on the upholstery, get the seat cushions and everything sewed up so it'll be ready to put in. Get her out here in the spring. Right now it's all covered in dust from cleaning. Like I say, I started in that corner. I got all the way back to here. My rotor blades, I made another makeshift shelf up there, and that long box is the rotor blades for the gyro. The other gyrocopter blades are sitting up there in the roof. But kind of cleaned everything up, got the cabinets out of here. Now that I'm not going to modify this little cabinet, I'm going to have to put it all back together. So there's not going to be much updates for the Corsair over the winter unless I get the upholstery work done, and I can show you that. But as I was starting to say, that granite surface plate, once I'm not even really going to be done with it, I'm going to take my CNC machine, I'm going to strip it down. Remember, this one's only 2 foot by 3 foot. I've been watching videos of this Peter Fox character out in New Zealand. He built a CNC router table out of granite. He used a 2 foot by 3 foot surface plate and some countertop, 2-inch thick kitchen countertop granite, and he built himself a machine that's just crazy, absolutely beautiful. His machine does what I wanted this machine to do. This machine will do it, but because it's not as stiff as it needs to be, you get some tool chatter, and I'm limited to just like 1/4-inch end mills. This guy's using like 3/8-inch end mills, and he's hogging off serious material with it, and with a spindle motor out of China, but it's a $1,500 auto tool changing spindle, which I gotta call in, I've gotta email into the company to see what the current price is for one of those motors. I can still use all my electronics, still use all my stepper motors. I'll use my Z-axis system here, the ball screw. I think that's plenty heavy, but I'm going to either upgrade, these are 12mm rails, I'm going to upgrade to either 20mm rails like this, or the square flat type ones that are about twice as expensive. But the gantry on the new system is going to go across the back. It's going to come forwards and backwards, and then that'll still run the length of it, but it'll be 4 feet across, 3 feet in and out this way. And then because it's a quick change spindle that I'm looking at, you can actually make a tool holder and let the computer go right over and pluck and pick the spindles up. The Chuck's collets with your end mills all stationed in it, so that'd be a sweet little add-on. This one here, I got to stop it, change the bits, restart it, re-zero it. That thing will all be pre-programmed, so that'll be sweet. And I mean, this one's pretty sturdy, but it's not sturdy enough. It works pretty good. So there's not a whole lot on this machine I'll be reusing. I won't be using the rack system anymore. I'm going to go to ball screws. There'll be dual ball screws on this Y-axis. The X-axis will be one single ball screw. And then, like I said, I'll reuse that stuff. But I'll end up going with like a 1-inch thick plate on this stuff here. So it'll be super, super stiff, super strong. I did get a quick change tool post. Finally showed up from China. This is one of those units that I didn't realize existed. Turns out these things have been around. The patent for them is from a Swedish outfit, Swedish guy, in 1939. So these things have been around a long time. This is a small version of it, and this center piece has 40 grooves in it every 9 degrees. And what that does is I'll have to make a special T-nut that'll go the full width of this, and then this center piston cylinder bolts straight down to it, and this thing, you can hear it kind of clicks all the way around it. The nice thing is the tool drops on there, you pull this, tightens it down, this will get a through bolt, and once this thing's tightened down, you never have to change it. There is a little pointer on the top of these things. It's kind of tough to see, but a little tiny pointer right there that reads the degree lines on this. This is really sweet piece. They're called a multi-fix tool holder, quick change tool post. Comes with a T-wrench and this little handle to lock it. And like the nice feature with this system is, once you unlock this, take that off, you can turn this freely. The old style, you always had to unloosen this nut in order to change the angle if you needed to rotate it. So this one you loosen up, pull the tool off, then it turns, put it back down where you want, put it in, relock it with 1 wrench. That's it. So it's sweet. Guess I should have dug these out before I started the video. But so now I just, like I said, I need to make that T-nut, and then I'll have to make the center stud. It's going to be a double step with a nut on top. Give me a second here. Get this thing out. These are pretty neat. It's hard to believe these were designed 1939 is the original patent. You can see the multiple grooves in that thing. nice work. And these are Chinese pieces too. This was almost $300 for this little set. So that goes on there like so. And then this is your typical height adjuster, like all the other quick change tool posts use. And this will hold up to, I think, a 5/8 inch, maybe 3/4 inch bit, but I think it's too high for the center line of my tools here. So, this thing has to line up with the center, and this is the one that's going to be the closest. Let's get the tools, because I have 1/4, 5/16, 3/8 inch bits. This will still go down even farther, so this will literally go down till it touches the compound down here. So it's a nice piece, really nice. Twice as expensive as the style that's on the little mini lathe. Like I say, this one, it's easy to pull off the tool, put it back on, but if you want to change the position, you got to loosen this nut. So with the other one, once you do this, you can move everything. So get that done. So over the winter, I'm going to start gathering up pieces and parts to upgrade this thing. And then once it's all built, it'll be over here. That granite plate over there right now weighs about 700 pounds. So when it's all said and done, this thing's going to come in around half a ton. But it will be sturdy. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. I'm done for the weekend. Did a lot of work this weekend. Got this place looking pretty nice now. Finished cleaning up and threw a bunch of stuff in the corner, but I got to go through a lot of that foam and I can start throwing it all out because I'm pretty much done. There's nothing left I really need to foam up. So, and I can get this other mess all cleaned up. I'll get that blast cabinet back together, get that valve cutting machine. Will probably end up over here on the bench once that stuff's freed up over here. Get some things cleaned up. But winter's here, so I don't get a whole lot done. That torpedo heater running today runs non-stop because everything just goes out the ceiling, out the walls. It won't, temperature won't stay in here long enough to hold that, so that's why I don't do too much in the winter. Okay, folks, that's going to do it for this week. I'm probably not going to be doing these weekly anymore because it's not going to get a whole lot done. So once this winter get laid off, I'll do some more work and stuff. Granite, I got to cut. We have a granite shop at work, and I'll be able to cut the pieces I need for this. I'll have to use probably 2 pieces because I haven't been able to find the 2-inch thick stuff around. Ours is about 1 1/4 inches, so I'll have to double them up. So the updates are probably going to be a little far and few, but I'll try to get them in when I can if I got something worth reporting. So as always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, and I'll answer them as they come through. So for this time, this is one winter update. This is Dino Don out. Thanks for watching.